This is another in the series of videos on graphing quadratics, and this video focuses on how to find x-intercepts given a quadratic function. So a sample problem might look like this. It might just be find the x-intercepts of, and let's give a certain problem. Let's give f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 2x minus 24. Now, the problem might be written different ways. Another way is it might say to graph this function, but include the x-intercepts in the graph. So here's the key to x-intercepts. And this is something you want to memorize. X-intercepts, to find the x-intercept, you simply set y equals 0 and solve. So to find the x-intercepts, set y equals 0 and solve. And that's it. So in this case you have y is equal to 2x squared plus 2x minus 24. So you set y equals 0, 2x squared plus 2x minus 24, and you simply solve this equation. The solutions to this equation will give you the x-intercepts. And that's something important enough that you want to memorize. So you want to, all this part right here, you want to memorize. So let's draw a memorized guy there. Now let's talk about how we're going to solve that problem. So if we have, I'm going to write the 0 on the other side, it doesn't matter. So to solve, what you're going to do is you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to factor or quadratic formula. Now this video isn't about quadratic formula or about factoring. So if you need more help with that, you can watch the videos on factoring and quadratic formula, and that's found in both the section on solving quadratic equations or factoring quadratic equations. So let's go ahead and solve this though. This one right here, I think factors. Let's take a 2 out. Or we can actually just divide through everything by 2. So you have 2x squared plus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. Since they all are evenly divisible by 2, we can divide everything by 2. And we get x squared plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. And then I think this factors. You have a positive and a negative. So that's going to be x plus and x minus. I think that's going to be 4 and 3. Let's say we find two numbers that multiply to negative 12 and add to 1. 1 and 12 doesn't do it. 2 and 6 doesn't do it. 3 and 4 will do it if you have a positive 4 and a negative 3. Now you're going to set each one of these equal to 0. So you have x plus 4 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. Subtract 4, x is minus 4, or x is positive 3. And those are your two x-intercepts there. Again, if you need help with this, the video you want to watch is called AC Factoring. Let's do another quick example. Let's say you want to find the x-intercept of y is equal to 3, x minus 4 squared plus 5. Written in vertex form is the only real difference here. So remember, to find the x-intercept, you set y equals 0, and then you solve. Just 2 steps. So you get 0 is equal to 3, x minus 4 squared plus 5. Now if you notice, there's only one squared term here. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate that by first subtracting 5. So you have minus 5 is equal to 3, x minus 4 squared. I'm going to divide by 3 or multiply by 1/3, so I get minus 5/3 is equal to x minus 4 squared. Now I'm going to take the square root of both sides. I get x minus 4 is equal to plus or minus the square root of minus 5/3. Now let's stop right here and let's think about why we're going to stop. Now here we have a square which is equal to a negative number. Now that's actually impossible. There's no real number which you can square and get a negative number. Now at times they'll ask you to solve for what are called imaginary solutions, But the key is imaginary solutions are not x-intercepts. So here there are no x-intercepts, which is the same as to say there's no real solution when you set y equals 0. Think about what that might look like. You just have a parabola. It may be up here. It may never cross the x-axis. Anyway, that's how you solve for y-intercepts. So let's review the notes real quick. To solve for the x-intercepts, you have given a parabola or a quadratic. To solve for the x-intercepts, you set y equals 0 and you solve for x. 2 steps. 1, set y equals 0. 2, solve for x. No real solution is the same as no x-intercepts. And that's important to remember.